Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to KRP Creative Physics. So, in this particular video, we are going to learn about equations of motion. So, regarding kinematics. Okay. So, let's see what is the purpose of equations of motion. So, how many equations of motion we have? So, what are they? Okay. Let's learn all these topics in this particular video here. So, with some example also. So, it is very interesting video. Watch the full video, everyone. So, that's my request. Okay. So first of all, we are going to learn about equations of motion. So what are the equations of motion? So initially, one scientist is there. His name is Aristotle. So according to the Aristotle, he suggested that only one natural state is there. Only one natural state is there for the object. That is said to be rest position. According to the Aristotle, what is the natural state of every object? That is only one and only natural state. That is said to be rest position. So it is according to Aristotle. And after the Aristotle, one more scientist came. His name is Galileo. So, but Galileo suggested that every object has two natural states. So what are the two natural states according to Galileo? So one is rest and one is uniform motion, he suggested. One is rest position, one is uniform motion. But he said one more thing here, one condition he kept here. So what is that condition? If there is no friction, then every moving object is continues its motion. So if there is no friction, he suggested, but so is assumed that if there is no friction in the universe, so we have two natural states, one is rest position and one is the uniform motion. That means if there is no friction, every moving object continuously in motion, moving with the same speed. So that is said to be uniform motion. According to Galileo, two natural states. Final conclusion is rest and uniform motion. And after these two scientists, one more scientist came. His name is Newton. So Newton proposed three equations. So how many equations he proposed? Overall four equations we have, but main equations are three here. So Newton proposed three equations to study the motion of the objects on the surface of the earth. To study the motion of the objects on the surface of the earth. So these particular equations are known as Newton's equations of motion. These particular equations of motion are also known as Newton's equations of motion. So with the help of these particular equations, what is the purpose of these equations? Let's learn. So with the help of these equations, we are going to do the calculations. So we can find unknown values. So okay. So first I am going to write the equations of motion here. So these are the equations of motion. This side I will write V equal to U plus AT. So that is the first equation. And second equation is S equal to UT plus half AT square. So this is the third equation. V square minus U square equal to 2AS. So these three equations are most important. Including this one, we have one more equation, fourth equation. Sn equal to U plus A into N minus 1 by 2. So these are the total four equations. Okay, right. So now we need to know the terms inside the equations. So we have four equations overall. So we need to know the terms in each of the equation. So for that sake, first what I am going to see means, so to understand all the terms, first I am going to consider one object. So I am going to consider one object. Okay. So its initial speed, initial velocity is u. So it is moving with initial velocity u. Okay. So after time t seconds, so it moves a certain distance or displacement. It covers a displacement s. The displacement of the object is s, and it reaches its final position here. So this is the final position after t seconds. After covering displacement s, and its final velocity becomes v. Its final velocity becomes v. And throughout its motion, it is moving with uniform acceleration. Regarding uniform acceleration, I explained in my previous video here. Just refer that one. So throughout the motion, it is moving with uniform acceleration. Okay. So these are the terms. So first, from this one, what is meant by u here? U equal to initial velocity or initial speed. And what about v here? Final velocity or final speed. S equal to, most probably all of you think that S means speed not. So S means displacement or distance. And T means time. But in this particular equation, these particular four equations only related to uniform accelerated bodies or uniform retardation bodies. Uniform accelerating or uniform retarding bodies. So okay na, that is what you should keep in your mind. These particular equations are only related to the objects, so they have to accelerate or retardate uniformly. So then only these particular equations are applicable. And the thing is that you should know one more thing here. So if the object is moving with uniform velocity, that means if the object is moving with same constant velocity or constant speed, we don't need to use this equation. Simply what we have to use, so for constant velocity, if an object is moving with constant velocity, just we have to use this one, velocity equal to displacement by time. So these are enough, that's it. Or else speed equal to distance by time. So these simple equations we can use, okay? So when we have to use these equations, when the object is moving with uniform acceleration. So when there is a uniform acceleration or uniform retardation is, then only these particular equations are applicable. So when the velocity is constant, we don't need all these equations. Simply velocity equal to displacement by time or else speed equal to distance by time. So these basic equations are enough. So why? Because just you try to observe here. So during constant velocity, when the velocity is constant, does the acceleration is there? Acceleration is 0. So if we substitute 0 in this one, we don't get these particular equations. Okay. So that's why these particular equations of motion only applicable for the objects when they are moving with uniform acceleration or uniform retardation. So regarding uniform acceleration, uniform retardation, I explained in my previous video. Just refer that one. Okay. So this is the purpose of equations of motion. So now I am going to explain the purpose of this particular three equations of motion. So with a simple example. So for that sake, I am going to consider one ball here. So this is the initial position of the ball. Okay na? So here I am going to, from this particular height, I am going to release the ball. Okay na? Let us assume that, so this is a freely falling body, Amma. I am just releasing this one. So in case of freely falling body, u equal to how much? In case of freely falling body, u equal to 0. Initial velocity is 0. You should remember that one. Okay na? In case of all the freely falling bodies, initial velocity is 0. Why? Because it will fall down due to gravitational force of the earth. Okay na? Right. So just I am going to release the ball. So in this hand it will fall. Okay na? So initial velocity u equal to 0, and when it is falling down, why it is falling down here? Due to acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity. And the next g value of the earth is roughly 10 meter per second square. G value of the earth is how much here? Roughly 10 meter per second square. And let us assume that if this ball takes 1 second to reach the bottom height. So if it takes 1 second, so I am assuming that one. We are assuming that one. If the ball takes 1 second to reach the other hand, so time taken by the ball to reach this particular hand is t seconds. And we need to calculate the final velocity now. So initial velocity is 0. Acceleration due to gravity is 10. And if it takes 1 second to reach by another hand, so time equal to 1 second. So based on this value, what we are going to find here? We are going to calculate the final velocity of the ball. So let's see here. Okay. First I am going to write the equation, write the value, sorry. So initial velocity u equal to 0. Why? Because it is a freely falling object. Just now I explained. Freely falling object u equal to 0. And next, so why it is falling down here? Due to the acceleration, in the presence of acceleration due to gravity. So acceleration due to gravity of the earth, g equal to, roughly we are assuming that 10 meter per second square. Actually 9.8. For the calculation purpose, we can write 10 meter per second square also. And next, so what is the time? What is the time taken by the ball to reach the other hand? What I told? 1 second. Just assuming that it takes 1 second to reach the other hand. So these are the given information from that one. So based on these three values, what we are going to find in this problem here, v value we are going to find. So what is meant by v? So the velocity of the ball after reaching my hand. Velocity of the ball after reaching my hand. Final velocity of the ball we are going to calculate here. So now which equation we have to use here? Take the first equation once you observe. V equal to u plus at. Okay na? So u value how much? 0. A means how much here? A means g value here. So a means 10. How much time it is going to take? 1. So v equal to how much? 10 into 1, 10. 10 meters per second. Okay na? So what is the final velocity of this ball here? 10 meters per second. So that is the purpose. Now you understand, I think. Everyone understands what is the purpose of this particular equations of motion. So with the help of this particular 4 equations, so we are going to calculate so many unknown values. Like in this example, we find final velocity. So from the second equation, what we can find? Distance. It is for displacement or distance. And from this equation, we can find v value or u value or s value, anything we can find. And what is the purpose of this fourth equation? Everyone should remember that one. The purpose of the fourth equation is that it is useful to find the distance covered by the object in a given 1 second, in a given only 1 second, whether it may be third second, second second, or fourth second, whatever. So the purpose of this fourth equation is to find, it is useful to find the distance covered by the object in a given only 1 second. So that is the purpose of this particular 4 equations of motion. So with the help of these 4 equations of motion, we can find out the unknown values like initial velocity, final velocity, displacement, acceleration, time, all these things we can find. That is the main purpose of this particular 4 equations of motion. Okay friends, after the completion of total information, regarding equations of motion, so now we are going to write the equations of motion in case of freely falling bodies and upward thrown bodies. So first we will see case 1. What I said here, case 1, in case of freely falling objects. In case of freely falling objects or bodies, whatever. So now we are going to write the equations of motion in case of freely falling objects. So first, in case of freely falling objects, you should remember. So when the object is moving downwards, so when it is moving downwards, always u equal to 0. Initial velocity of the object is always 0. So why? Because it is moving downwards. We don't need to apply any force. It is moving again along the direction of the gravity. That's why initial velocity is 0. And next, one more thing, acceleration. A becomes plus g. Okay, now A becomes positive g. So why? Because gravitational force is always acting in downward direction, isn't it? Towards the earth. And here object is also moving downward direction. So here direction of the motion of the object is along the direction of gravitational force. Direction is same. So we have to take positive symbol. So instead of u, we have to substitute 0. Instead of a, we have to substitute positive g in all the 4 equations. Then we will get the equations of motion in case of freely falling object. Okay, first we will write normal equations. We have v equal to u plus at, s equal to ut plus half at square, v square minus u square equal to 2as, and last one is Sn equal to u plus a into n minus half. So these are the normal equations. Now we have to substitute these values in this equation. Then, so what we get finally, just you observe, v equal to u plus at. V, instead of u, what we need to substitute? 0. So instead of a, we need to substitute g. So what we will get? V equal to gt. And next, if we consider second equation, s equal to, instead of u, we need to substitute 0. 0 into something 0. So this term will be negligible. So remaining half, instead of a, what we need to write? G. Remaining as it is, gt square. And let's see third equation. So v square means v square only. So u means 0. So it is negligible. Again, v square equal to 2. A means g. S means s only. Okay? Right, that is the third equation. Last equation, if we consider the last equation, Sn equal to, instead of u, we need to write 0. So that means this term is negligible. Remaining a, instead of a, g we need to write. G into n minus half. Okay? So these are the 4 equations of motion in case of what? Freely falling objects. So these are the 4 equations of motion. So you should remember these particular equations in case of freely falling bodies. Okay friends, now we are going to write the equations of motion in case of upward thrown bodies. Okay, so these are the actual equations, we know that one. These are the equations of motion, actual equations of motion. So with the help of these 4 equations, we are going to write the equations of motion in case of upward thrown bodies. So now, so if we consider upward thrown objects, when we are going to throw any object against the gravity, definitely we need to apply some force. Without application of force, it does not move against the gravity. You know that one very well. So we are applying the force means its initial velocity will be there. So that means u equal to u only. So u does not become 0. Definitely it should have some initial velocity. Why? Because it is moving against the gravity. That is what you should keep in your mind. Here u equal to u, initial velocity. Okay. And what about the a value here? A becomes how much here? Minus g. So why? Because just try to observe here. So here object is direction of the motion is in upward direction, but gravitational force is in downward direction. Gravitational force is always directed towards the earth, towards the ground. But here we are throwing the object against the gravity. So here direction of the motion is quite against to the direction of the gravitational force. So opposite direction. When the direction is opposite means it is a vector quantity. That's why we have to take negative. So acceleration due to gravity is, in case of upward thrown body, should be taken as negative. So now we need to substitute these two values in these 4 equations. So then we'll get the equations of motion in case of upward thrown bodies. Let's write the equations. First, what is the first equation? We have v equal to u plus at. So what we need to substitute? V equal to u means u only. So just very simple trick logic. It is not very tough here. Instead of a, we need to substitute minus g. That's it. Wherever if you find the a in the equation, so just we need to substitute minus g. That is enough for that one. So what I can write here? V equal to u minus gt. That is the first equation. And next, what is the actual equation here? S equal to ut plus half at square is there. S equal to ut minus half gt square. So why? Because a equal to minus g. Minus into plus minus. That's it. And next, what is the third equation? V square minus u square equal to 2as is there. Instead of a, minus g substitute. If you substitute minus g, it becomes minus 2gs. So that is the third equation. And next, fourth equation. Sn equals to u plus a is there. That means instead of a, minus g. U minus g into n minus 1 by 2. So now these are the required equations of motion in case of upward thrown bodies. Okay. So in this way, we can find the equations of motion in case of freely falling objects and upward thrown objects, downward objects and upward thrown objects. So this is the way we can find the equations. So in this video, we learned so many interesting topics: equations of motion, how to write the equations of motion in case of upward thrown bodies as well as freely falling objects. And this is about this video here. So once again, I am reminding everyone that when you are going to watch my video, and especially related to physics, you have to watch the complete video. Then only you can understand everything here. So that's my request. Share my channel to all your friends. Thank you friends. Thank you everyone for watching my channel regularly. We will meet in the next video. Take care. Bye bye. Thank you.